What's up guys, today I'm gonna show you two of my favorite techniques to make electro industrial distorted kick drums. But don't tell anyone, it can be used in any style of music. Let's go. So I have this riff that I created earlier for this tutorial. It's pretty much a hi-hat, a crash, and a one synth. Then I have my kick drum that I did in Serum. So to remake that kick drum, it's pretty simple. You just take a sine wave. In this case, I take the analog BD syn waveform. I turn this knob all the way up to make it a little bit more dirtier. Then you go to matrix section, LFO1. You assign it to the global master tune of Serum. You take this slider, put it all the way up to 50, and then you should have something that sounds like this. Then you take the LFO and you draw a line just like that. A little bit more down. You turn it to 1/8. And you activate the envelope. Then you turn down your waveform 2 octaves down. Then I'm going to go to the FX section. I'm going to add a compressor. I'm going to make it mono. And then I'm going to turn up the release. But to control the tail of my kick drum, I'm going to assign a macro to the decay of my envelope, and I'm going to turn down all the way down the sustain. And then I'm going to go to the FX section. I'm going to add some distortion to my kick drum, but I don't want to distort the whole signal because I want to keep control of my low end. So I'm going to turn down the mix knob. Then on top of the distortion, I'm going to add an EQ just to clean up the signal a little bit. Also, if you want to adjust the transient of your kick, you go to the LFO 1 section, you take this little dot and you play with it. The higher it is, the more transient you get, but it gets a little bit annoying to the ears. So I like it around halfway there. Then to add a little bit more definition to your kick drum, you go to the noise section. I like to use the attack kick and number 43 there. I take the envelope 2, assign it to the pitch. I turn down the pitch knob. Then to make it perfect, you should add a little bit more post-processing. So EQ, maybe compressor. Sometimes I had a limiter to it. Let's look at what I've done with this kick drum. So first I added this EQ. I cleaned up the low end and I boosted up the high end to give a little bit more definition in the mix. So that's before, the after. Next, I like to add another EQ, but while listening to the mix, just to make it blend with the rest. That's before. And after. And then an OTT, because nowadays you put OTT everywhere. That's the norm. Okay. So it's much better with OTT. So next technique, much easier with sampled kick drum. So I took this kick from Splice. Pretty basic kick drum. Then you add another track, an exact copy of that kick drum. And first in the line, distortion. So you turn the boost knob all the way up because this distortion. Mix knob 100%, tone 10, but the tone knob, it all depends of your mix, and the spatial knob all the way down, feedback also, but feedback it's more like an artistic choice. Sometimes it's cool. In this case, I don't like it, so it's all the way down. Then, not to interfere with my original kick drum, I added an EQ. And I cleaned up all the low end all the way up to 200 Hertz. And then with my other kick drum, it sounds like this. And sometimes, shocker, I like to add a little bit of reverb on my top kick.
What?
So it makes it bigger. But of course, it depends on the mix. Sometimes it's not gonna work. But in this case, I liked it. So that was my two favorite techniques to make distorted kick drum for electro industrial or any style of music, really. As usual, this project is going to be on my Patreon page. All the sounds that I use are available on my website. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Ciao.